Cocaine doesn't suit you anymore, so wipe your tears off the floor. Being sober, be your cure.
I decided to book a one-way ticket to a city I've never been to a country I've never been to, and it was the city of Reims in France, a Champagne city. I didn't go there for the champagne, for sure not. It was not that I couldn't just like book a ticket and go to the US. A lot of people do that, you know, if that is part of their journey. Because I knew that if I went there and, you know, not even get what I want, but even like, you know, dabble my toes into what I'm supposed to do and where I'm supposed to be, then other people would not be happy. And I'm like, okay, if you have this issue, you cannot choose, you are just freezing, you're like you are in a standoff, then move your feet. And that's why I chose to go to France, because it was just west. It was just like literally just direction that way. So I found whatever place that was going west. So yeah, I booked a one-way ticket to France. It was, you know, 1 month Airbnb. I'm like, I don't know where I'm gonna go next, but let's do that. So I did that, and I was completely isolated at that point from my family, because I didn't want to hear them. Because, you know, I know what's going to come out of the conversation.
Art that nobody makes, glass that nobody breaks, dreams with no mistakes.
So when I arrived in Reims, immediately I just got into the apartment. And as I got in, immediately I knew that something was wrong. Now, mind you, at that time, I haven't gone to the doctor for 10 years. I didn't have the reason to. I didn't even have a common cold. So my immune system was pretty good. And yeah, I think at that time I took a really light jab of vaccine, I think Johnson & Johnson. But then I arrived in Reims, and immediately I'm like, something is wrong. You know, my luggage was still intact. I had like half of an eaten sandwich from the road, and like not even like any water with me. I arrived, was supposed to stay there for 1 month. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and in spirit, I was pretty much giving up. That's when I lost my consciousness. So I've been there before, and like I said, I've had OBEs at 16. It was actually a series of out-of-body experiences, which was triggered by a very stressful event. Now this NDE was similar in the sense of popping out of my body. It feels like when they pop the cork of a champagne, or when you open a can of like really fizzy drink. Is that like release of pressure? So immediately I felt very good, and I've been there before, and I knew, I'm out. I am out. The difference between NDE and OBE experience was here, I knew that I was not just sleeping. I was not in a deep REM sleep. I could see myself. And I could see myself, not just the body, but also the inside of my body. I was incredibly inflamed. I saw my airways, my organs, everything was large, inflamed, almost, like very much touching each other. I knew at any moment you might have to make a decision. Completely exit or go back and fight for your life. So I immediately find myself rising up. So, in the sleep position, rising up. The same thing as in OBE. So as I rose up, I was still here. I was still in this third dimension. Rising up, still here on earth. I could see myself, I could see my surrounding, having that movement of rising up. And then as I rose up, I would hit a certain threshold where a different dimension, another dimension would open up to me. But it wasn't though, oh, this was the third dimension and then bloop, I go into some sort of a different state. I was still here in the third dimension. It's just more information was opened up to me. So in this fourth dimension, I had my life review. This life review was me having access to everything that happened in my life from the moment of conception till that moment of death. And it was like pages of a book. So I could, flip through the pages, like go back and forward. And if I wanted to, I could just focus on a page. And then I would see that thing, that experience that really happened. Immediately after popping out of my body, I was feeling great because, that just that feeling of like being released from pain. It was painless. There was no pain at all. But then immediately as I got to my life review, there it was. It was tough again.
It's midnight when the dead inside rise up. Ain't no way to make them stop.
So you do have feelings, just like you have feelings here, like when you're feeling down, when you're feeling anger or regret. I had feelings there, negative or positive. Life review, which for me was very much like I was in full control. It was just shown to me exactly what it was. But it was quite painful because, as I kind of prelude or I tried to explain my life, I knew that I tried. At times I tried really hard. But so far, I'm back at square one, square zero, at zero. I just saw everything. I think that was that feeling of essentially I was like, I had to admit I didn't succeed. I tried, I didn't succeed. So it was a bit like, rubbing salt into my wounds and I found myself rising up again. There was no one showing me look here's your life review, here are the moments that you should be looking at. No. I had full control of the process. It felt very natural and self-explanatory. There was this feeling of there's no need, I got this. I would hit another threshold where another dimension would open up to me. So in the previous one, I could see my timeline, exactly what happened. Now I could see possibilities. And it was, I kid you not, it was even more salt. We're rubbing more salt because now not only that I saw what happened, which was itself very painful, now I could see it's like it was like one event but like different scenarios, or one intention but different scenarios. And so I was like, oh God, like I was feeling good and then like feeling down and then now like kind of defeated, surrendering. I was like, okay, let's see what's gonna come next. And again, I hit this threshold where another dimension opens up to me. So again, I am in the third dimension, I am in the fourth dimension, I am in the fifth dimension, but now the sixth dimension opens up to me. And this was the magic. So here I was in this place that felt like unconditional love.
The asphalt fade to fading gray with 100 highway signs. Said the miles were long and the seasons too, just like the mountain pine.
It felt like I was bathing in love as well as intelligence. So when you are in this place, everything is highly symbolic. Like you don't speak. There were no words coming out of my mouth, and even if I had certain thoughts or I was speaking, that would be like background music. And coming here, I could feel like, this is a place where I cannot lie to myself. I, in my way of telepathy, was telling myself, this is a place I cannot lie to myself. I saw my desires for what they were. There was no denying of them. I saw my desires there naked, completely. I saw myself connected to other people, to others, to other souls. So immediately I could see the web around me. It was my family. It was my inner circles. It was the people that I met. And they also, had the same thing. It was like a web. They had like the family, the inner circle, and then everyone was connected. And I saw everyone, every soul, for who they really are, but also what they want. So for who they are and what they desire, what they want. And everything was connected. So what I want was not like an isolated bubble, like Van wants this, and in this life she's, no. What I want would have an effect on what other people wanted. And it was like a web. And it was a moving thing. It was dynamic. And it was very intelligent. That's all I can say. Like, it's not just love as like, oh, it's so blissful. Even though it was very blissful, it was intelligent. It took into consideration everyone for who they are and what they want, connected in this beautiful web. So the moment that I got the taste of this beauty, this place, the sixth dimension consensus, it was like, if life here on earth was exactly that, then it would be heaven on earth. But it is not. So there was a stark contrast between what I was experiencing there, and the life on earth as I knew it. And it was this place where I could see myself, where I could see others, I could see what I wanted, I could see what others wanted, I could see how everything is interconnected. That, the questions, the list of questions, that was like, poof, it was gone. It answered every question that I had, and it answered even questions that I didn't even think that I had. So this is a place of like incredible intelligence, and also whatever I focused on, there I was, so it's quite a magical place. I was in this state of bliss and euphoria, like free, like shoulders free. And then a portal opened up to me. And I just knew, like very naturally, I knew, okay, experience, I'm supposed to step in. I think the moment that my backlog was cleared, a desire was already born. And it was a, let's say, new desire, improved desire, updated desire. Not selfish desire, like connected desire. It was born, like there was place for it to grow, like the seed starts sprouting. And the experience was this intelligence, showing me the future. Best case scenario. Going through, calculating the possibilities. Hey, this is the best possibility. But it wasn't like I was like watching a movie of the future. No, it was offered to me as a experience where I could step in. And it was during this experience that I signed off to come back. I think there's like this thinking in the air that, okay, when you die, or like when you were born, like you go there and you're like, okay, here's my pen, like, okay, I agree on this point and that point, okay, I sign, or I have to say, here's my hand, I swear, no, it was none of that. During this time, I realized that I consented to come back. And I was not forced to come back. I consented to come back. And it was not because of what I said. I didn't say yes, I didn't say no. It wasn't something because I signed it or it was like there was no deception at all. It was like literally me. And the moment that I agreed with how I felt yes. And that was the moment that I consented to come back. And also I found myself tunneling back, like, like sucked back into my body. So here I was finding myself back in my body. And it was very fast. And coming back to the body, it is just as when you exit the body, when you pop out of the body, there's like this signature feeling of like release of pressure. When you come back to your body, it is that feeling of coming into something that's quite restricting. It's very limited. It's very, it's almost like, being compressed, a lot of compression. And I came back to my body, not knowing what time it is. It was kind of like this like, it's even darker than this. It was, it's like that time when you don't know if it is like 5 a.m. in the morning or 5 p.m. in the afternoon, but there's no light. And I came back and immediately I felt like, oh yeah, like I'm still a vegetable. It was still painful. But it's that thing when you know that the worst is over and that you are going to recover really fast. And so I did. The next day, I was able to get out of the apartment for the first time, taking a sip of tap water for the first time, going to the grocery store, getting something to eat, getting something to drink. Even though I can say, okay, it changed my life. It was just crazy. It was insane. Still gotta drink, still gotta go to the grocery store, still gotta, buy some food, still gotta function, still gotta take a shower. And the most important thing is that steps. Life is a series of decisions and steps that you need to take. And every step that you take, there's a consequence. Take some further steps till that you actually not only reborn as a soul, but also reborn as a, you know, as a sort of Van, the player, the physical body here. So what do I appreciate today? I appreciate that there are some trees, so I feel green and alive, just like my shirt. So last year, 2025, I was in the position to be able to take a trip to the US. So I spent 3 months in San Francisco, even though it was short, 3 months. And I knew, you know, it was a different feeling. It was not the feeling of like, oh yeah, I'm here on time. I'm at the right place, the right time with the right people. But I did it. And after this, I had this sort of immense feeling of like, whew, you know, I did it. Yes, I didn't do it on time, but I did it. And that is what matters. And that's the reason why this year, 2026, I just feel free, you know. Like finally the rebirth thing that happened 4 years ago have finally caught up. I feel like I got a second chance in life. And though I am still the same person, I am still the same soul, but this is truly, you know, seeing myself playing the game the way I did and seeing all the issues, but now just with new updated desire, but also seeing that desire is not just yours, it is yours but also connected to others, in a way collective desire. And I saw love, I saw beauty, I saw intelligence, and I had clarity. And that is as close as it gets to experiencing God.
Things look bad, sometimes they get better. Things look bad, sometimes they get worse. Sometimes getting what you want, it is a blessing. Sometimes getting what you want, it is a curse.